Hey, what's going on, guys? Andrew Fillion here, and today I'm taking you guys to the gym with me. We're going to be hitting shoulders and arms. Now, as always, the way I like to train, I like to go as hard as possible. So I'm going to be showing you guys a lot of drop sets, a lot of supersets, and I want to make sure that the form is very good, range of motion, very nice and tight. So one thing I notice when a lot of guys go to the gym, they might fail on a particular weight. That doesn't mean they've failed the muscle. So we're incorporating drop sets to really try and drive this workout to the absolute max. You're gonna see in this video today that a lot of these workouts are pretty brutal, but that's awesome. That's what we're here to do. So I'm about to hop in the truck. We're gonna drive to the gym and I'm gonna hop right into it. We're gonna start out with shoulder press. I'll see you guys at the gym. So here I am at the gym. I'm gonna get started with shoulder press, but the formation of today's workout, I'm starting out with shoulders, then I'm gonna do biceps, and then I'm gonna do triceps. I like to start out with shoulders because it is a major muscle group, unlike the biceps and the triceps. I feel like it's more beneficial to hit those first, but once I'm done with that, I'm gonna go right into biceps, right into triceps, try to just knock all of these things out. What we'll do here at the shoulder press to get things started, we're gonna be doing a drop set. So I'm gonna put on the lightest plates on first. That way when I strip the heaviest plate, I can get right into the workout. So you'll see in a second here, I actually put the 10s on before the 45. I'm gonna get this thing set up and I'm gonna take you into my first set. All right, so as you can see right here, I've got 45 plates on either side with 10 starting out. So I'm going to do as many of these as I can. It's probably gonna be somewhere between 4 and 6. As soon as I'm done with that, I'm gonna strip the weight. I've still got 10s on either side. I'm going for complete muscular failure here. This is a great way to really push your muscles through failure. A lot of the times when you fail on a weight, the muscle still has a lot more to give. But we're gonna try and make sure that we put it all out there today. And with that, let's get it started. I like to go fingers on the rings so that I got a little bit more narrow grip than if I was benching. And I wanna keep my elbows slightly in front of my shoulders as opposed to like a wide. I wanna be more in. So with that, let's get this thing going. Really good to lock at the top, hold. And as you lower, you don't really need to go much more below the nose. So lower, hold, 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 hold. Ooh, yeah, just like that. All right, now on this next one, I'm gonna strip the weight down. All right, see how quickly I was able to do that, and now I can keep going. I haven't given my shoulders too much time off. We're really just trying to fry them out. Just like that. Get that nice static. Try to hold statics at both ends of the motion. That's where you're gonna get a majority of your tension. When you're moving the weight, it's nice and all, but the majority of the tension comes through static holds. All right, so for this next set, I'm gonna do it without the mic. That way I can really get the full experience for myself. I wanted to talk you guys through this set. The next set's for me. So a little out of breath, but I'll see you guys on set number 2. I want to do a big shout out to the 2 gentlemen I met doing this shot, Diallo and Isaiah. They saw me setting up for a shot and they asked if I needed any help. So they helped me out with the camera work and also helping me strip the weights on this set. So I always greatly appreciate people that see me on my journey and they help me out. And I'm out here trying to help everybody out on their journey. So it's a positive feedback loop and I appreciate it every step of the way. So Diallo and Isaiah, I hope to catch you guys again soon in the gym. All right, so we just wrapped up with the shoulder press. Now I'm gonna be going into lateral raises. Now when I do the lateral raise, what I really wanna emphasize on is I'm maintaining that tension through the motion. I wanna keep my arms as straight as I can. As the resistance starts to increase through the sets, I will do a drop set because I do want to make sure my form is impeccable all the way through. Your lateral delts can actually take a lot of abuse, but a lot of the times they max out on weight pretty early. A good way to visualize doing this exercise is to imagine yourself being a bird and you're flapping your wings. You want to limit your trap activation as much as possible. So really just think about flapping like a bird. And with that, let's hop into the set. All right, so right here, I'm about to do my lateral raises. This is gonna be the first set. You'll see when I get started with these, I'm only going to about a parallel angle and I do a static hold. This is really nice. I hold that tension all the way through the motion. See right here, yeah, nice static hold. That's what I like to see. You do these until it gets really hard. Once your form starts to kind of like waver a little bit, that's when you do the drop and you just keep going. With something like this, there's really no reason you couldn't do probably 10 or more reps with one weight, and then you cut it in half and you do another 10 for a combined total of 20 reps. To me, that's a really good set for lateral raises. So you're gonna see what I'm doing here in this set. I'm going very slow and controlled. I'm holding that static around the 90-degree flat angle. The way I do this, it maintains tension through the entire set. When I get down below, I never let the weight fully return to the stack so the tension is maintained even when my arms are in towards the bottom of the rep. Sorry if I'm a little out of breath. I just finished the set, and the beauty of doing a drop set like this, when the form starts to get shaky towards the top of the rep, instead of trying to use cheat form or cheat out reps, I just drop the weight, cut it in half, and I keep going and make it truly unbearable. Now, the cool thing about doing them with the cable box is that depending on where you stand, you can move the angle of attack. So you stand lateral, that's fine. Sometimes the handles can like catch each other. If you take even 2 steps back, not only does that change the angle of attack, the handles will no longer rub against each other during the reps. You can also do that by stepping 2 feet forward, and it just really changes the angle so that you can try to get different stimulation depending on where you're standing and how you're doing things. It's just a fun way to mix things up. When it comes to lateral raises, I almost never use dumbbells because I feel like you're just getting more out of the cable you're just getting more out of the cable station. So I'm gonna do one more of these and then I'm gonna move on to the rear delts. After that, we're gonna start biceps and then we're gonna do triceps. I don't know if this is going to make any sense, but I'm gonna at least try it. So I got my mic set up right here. I'm doing rear delt flies. So basically the idea is I want to try to get to a nice 90-degree angle out like that and then slowly return it. It's all about maintaining that tension all the way through the movement. All right. Hopefully this mic doesn't fall while I do this. If it does, I'm gonna have to do a set without it, but let's give it a try. I can't believe this is actually working. So you just want to really maintain that tension, and if I pull that other camera angle, you can see the weight stack never touches. When I'm going down like that, I'm maintaining the tension through the whole thing. Come back here, do a static hold, try to hold it for about a minute, or not a minute, try to hold it for about a second. There we go, 1 second hold. It's gonna try and knock out like 8 to 12, and then I'm cutting the weight. Everything is a drop set. Drop sets and supersets. I'll do the supersets probably with biceps and triceps, but for now, we're just dropping. Whew. Oh yeah. Don't let it fool you, this burns. Ooh, don't hit the mic, don't hit the mic. All right, there we go. Okay, I just cut the weight in half. And now I can just keep knocking these out. Probably go for another 6 to 10. Just really maintain that tension all the way through. It's tough, but that's how you know it works. Oh, that burns. And a good burn. It's a good burn. Oh, okay, that's all I got. Actually, let's cut down and do one more. All right, so I just cut the weight a third time. Really just going for complete fry. So I started at 150, cut it down to 90. Now I'm at 50. And I'm still just really trying to maintain a slow and controlled rep, although it's starting to get pretty difficult. Whew. But this right here is what stimulates the growth, you guys. Oh, I can barely talk. Oh, okay. That was crazy. I can't believe I did that with the mic. So I just finished the first set of the rear delts. I'm gonna do one more, and then that caps off the shoulder workout. Then I'm moving into biceps and triceps, which I'll probably alternate between the two. I'm a little out of breath right now, but the idea is when the biceps are resting, the triceps are working. When the triceps are working, the biceps are resting. My brain is really fried right now. That happens when you do pyramid sets. Your brain turns into jelly, and so do your muscles. But when you sleep, you build them back. Build back better. Okay, well, anyways, I'm gonna do my next set. So I don't really do a whole lot of preacher curls, but I figured, I know a lot of people do, this would be a good time to at least talk about them. Most people don't actually do preacher curls correctly, and the reason I don't really like to train it is because there's a lot of risk involved if you do it with your ego. So if you're gonna do the preacher curl, the best way to really do them is to get full extension, get a good lockout, so that you get the majority of the tension right here. The reason I don't like to do these is because if you go heavy with them, you could potentially lampshade your bicep, which you can see on YouTube. You look it up, what a lampshaded bicep looks like. It's a bicep tear where the bicep goes shoop, and then you're done lifting for 5 or 6 months. So it's the reason I don't really preacher curl much, but if you're going to do them with lightweight, as I'm about to demonstrate. So you can see right here, straight bar, low weight. You just curl it up, nothing crazy. The nice thing is if you do these with a straight bar, you do actually get some pretty good bicep activation. I just think there's better exercises out there than the preacher curl. Lower risk, same reward. So, why not? But if you're gonna do them, this is the proper way. Really get that extension going all the way down to lockout, and really try to hold on to that tension as hard as you can, then curl it up. Do 10 to 15 of these. The more the merrier, really, especially when it's this lightweight. You could probably go to 20 if you really wanted to. I'll probably only do one set of these and then move on to something that I actually train. So I've run out of things to talk about, so I'll probably just fast forward through the rest of this clip. Whew. I don't know if you guys could see very well. I just saw it out the window. I thought I'd come take a look. It's snowing outside. One of the first times of the year to see snow I always like being in the gym when it's snowing. I feel like on days like this, I could be in here for like 3 or 4 hours. I mean, what else are you gonna do? It's snowing, but we're not in the mountains. Can't ski, can't snowboard. Not in this area anyways. I feel like out here, when it's snowing like this, bodybuilding just makes sense. Anyways, gonna head over and hit this next set of bicep curls. Just wanted to show you guys this. I mean, it's beautiful. So this is what I really like hitting for biceps. You get this nice cable curl, straight bar, just like that. It's the same benefit as the preacher curl without any of the downsides. You're not gonna pull a lampshade doing bicep curls like this. Just really wanna get that deep tension like that. Elbows slightly forward, and just really try to make this exercise as inconvenient for your biceps as possible. So with this, just like with the lateral raises we were doing before, moving closer or further away from the weight stack actually changes the angle of tension. So I'm gonna step back and you'll get to see what that looks like. Now I stand up nice and close. It feels a lot different. It's hard to explain it. If you just try it for yourself, you'll see what I mean. So I'll do this next one probably without the mic. That way it's easier, but basic idea. We do biceps. You want to have the bar being straight. A lot of the times when they're angled, you know, at the easy bar or at the ropes or whatever, you end up working the brachialis, which most people don't really care about. And if you're hitting biceps, you're trying to grow the biceps, right? I mean, the brachialis is important, but it's just not what most people are trying to hit. And that's why I don't. All right, let's move on to triceps. So the way I like to train triceps, I want to make sure I get as good of a stretch back here, as good of an extension out here as I can. The two key ingredients here is that deep stretch and then a lockout. Everything in between is just getting from one to the other. If you're not locking out at the end, not getting all the way stretched in the back, you're not getting the most out of the tricep exercise, which is why I love doing this cable extension, having it about ear's length so that I can really get this stretch right here and push out. So I'll probably have to do this mics down just so I get better stability, but let's just see what happens if I try one rep. If I can do it with the mic, I will. Otherwise, I might have to drop. Now, this kind of works. I mean, it's a little silly, right? Doing this with the mic, but it's working. Basically, if I didn't have the mic, I would have my hand probably on my elbow or close to it, just to kind of help guide the arm that's working to get that good stretch going. You see how I'm going like all the way back? I'm getting the weight close to my ear, and I'm pushing out, getting that good extension going. Boom, just like that. And you want to do, 15, 20 of these. Don't go too heavy with it. If you go too heavy, you're not going to be able to do either the extension or the stretch. One or the other is going to give out. We want to make sure we're getting all the way through. So pick a weight. I like to go like 15, 20 pounds and just really hammer these out. So I'm going to put the microphone down and then work my left arm. basically just like that. So I'm gonna do another set of these. I'll probably do a drop set next without the microphone. I'll have that like in fast forward mode. That seems to kind of work out well. Triceps, there's really only so many things you can do. I think that's one of the best movements. You could also do it with like a straight bar, you know, up and down, that's fine. But it just gets like a crazy stretch doing it this way. I'll probably do one set of the other way just to kind of like wrap things up. But yeah, I'm a little gassed. This has been a pretty solid workout. And this is the way I train. So, you know, 3 days a week I'm doing chest, back, then I do legs, then I do arms, and then I repeat. If I wanted to, I could throw in an extra rest day, which would put me at like a 4-day schedule instead of a 3-day schedule. So it'd be like train, 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 rest, train, 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 rest. That does mess up your daily's like schedule. It's a little bit more micromanaging, but if you can do it that way, that's pretty good. Otherwise, 1 day of rest a week is also sufficient. Just do things at the pace that you need. Make sure that you are recovering and all that fun stuff. You got to recover. You do. Got to take that serious. Anyways, I'm going to hit another set. I probably won't film it because, I don't know. The triceps are triceps. You know, what else is there to really say about it? But I will at least do one set with a straight bar. So I actually really like hitting this exercise also with the straight bar. The reason being is that when you have both hands engaged, you're able to get a little bit more work done. You just want to make sure you're still maintaining a really good stretch when the weight goes up, and then getting a nice lockout when you really get the concentric going at the bottom of the rep. Both of these things are so important, and if you can do them effectively, your triceps are going to get massive. All right, that was my last workout for this routine. I'm going to do one more set, and then I'm going to take off and get out of here. All in all, we did 6 sets of shoulders. I did 4 biceps, 4 triceps. To me, that is a solid shoulder and arms day. That's going to kind of wrap up this video. If you're still here, go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel. All of these things help me grow so I can get this word out to more people and help people along with their journeys too. So, a little out of breath, but hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.